Morning and welcome to my Tireside Chat. It is Friday the 13th and I'm headed to work and it's 6:35 a.m. and it's bright sunny morning. It's June morning. You know, for June it's been kind of mild as far as our summers go so far. It's only been the mid-90s the past week or so. It did, I think we touched at 100 one point. Was it last weekend? I think it was last Saturday. But it's been fairly mild so far. I want to say this happened last year, and we're like, oh, it's not that hot. Maybe it won't be so bad. And then like late June, early July hit, and then we had like 10 straight days of 110 plus, 115. So I'm willing to bet that's going to happen again. I can't wait. But at least, hey, I got my AC serviced recently. It's working really well. We have, since the fire at the house, again, we replaced the insulation in the attic. We've got really good, like the best possible insulation in the attic. Last year, we had done that, and it was before I had my AC serviced, which it seems to be blowing colder now again. But even last year, when it was those days when it was like 115 outside, like my AC was still keeping it at 78 in the house pretty well. I mean, mind you, it was, running almost constantly, but a lot. But our PG&E bill still wasn't that bad with all my solar panels on the roof. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I want to say like the worst PG&E bill I maybe got last summer was $250 like at worst. When like my true up right now is still at like, which is due in I think August. My true up is still like $17. That'll go up, but and then last year, after a full year, I think I paid like $180. So not bad at all. Mind you, I'm still making payments on the panels themselves. I own them technically, but I took out a loan from EECU. It was a fairly low interest. It was a home efficiency loan, which is just for stuff like that. I want to say it was like the interest rate was like 4.5% or something. It was not bad. And for the 25 panel system that I installed, doing all the labor myself, and then a couple electrician buddies, all in, I think it spent like $19,000 on it. So, and then I'm really glad I did that. Oh my God. And when my last PG&E bill that I got before we turned the solar on was like $850. That was for July or August of 23. There's that Pepsi truck again, the Tesla Pepsi truck. I keep seeing that everywhere. Yeah, and we got our house appraised, and just because I took out a home equity loan, just to pay down, just to consolidate some credit cards and some other stuff with it's a number of things. But I was like, why not? It made sense, and I've got so much equity in the house. Financially, it made sense, at least for now. Until we'll see if crypto portfolio does anything good ever. But we had an appraisal done, and the house was appraised at $470, which is slightly better than I had hoped. I think I was hoping that it would be like $450, but yeah, the appraiser came out and checked the house out and did all those measurements and everything, and I think that, of course, he asked about the solar panels, I think they noted, we got the appraisal reports. They noted that, the owned solar panel system and kitchen upgrades at an undetermined time. Because I told him, I was like, well, I think it was a previous owner or something. But he marked all that stuff on the report. So like the countertops, the flooring, so like new floors in the bedrooms, and what else? Oh, insulation in the attic. Though I don't know if that could remember if that got counted or not. But anyways, so that's nice. Our house is worth about double what we owe on it. So hooray for us. Pardon me for eating. What else is going on? Don't even get me started on world politics and events right now. To sum it all up, it's all terrible. Yesterday, alright, just briefly. Yesterday morning, I couldn't sleep. I think I was out on the couch at like 2:30 on my phone. I had the news going. And I got onto Reddit. I was on Reddit on my phone just scrolling, and I saw the video of the plane crash in India. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is probably something that's old or whatever. And then I looked at the comments, and it was, it was like from 18 minutes earlier, like it had just happened. I was like, oh crap, this just happened. It was that massive explosion and fireball. Like, so that happened, and geez, there was Brian Wilson died this week from the Beach Boys. Israel's like starting a war with Iran now. That's great. That's always great. And there's still the whole, the Gaza Strip situation that we're just gonna forget about. And meanwhile, well, I think I heard like 100 people were murdered in Gaza just yesterday, and they're all starving, and that's great. Israel's not allowing supplies in. See, that's happening. Trump finalized the deal with China, which he said where we got 55% tariffs. Like, that's a great thing. All of our prices are going to go up. It hasn't kicked in yet. But yeah, we're going to have issues with inflation. He's threatening to fire. He's yelling about Jerome Powell and the Fed again, which that's not good. I saw that markets were down last night, probably due to all of this. War is never good for the. Actually, I didn't really check the stock market. I checked, the crypto markets and Bitcoin and everything like that. But everything suddenly plummeted last night, and I think it was about the time that Israel was launching rockets at Iran. Yes, I haven't looked at the stock market today, but I think that's usually how that responds as well. Okay, anyway, sorry, enough about that. What do we have going on? Dean's, on a positive note, Dean's last day of school was yesterday, and we went out to get burgers to celebrate. We were going to go get Chinese food, but Danielle really can't eat Chinese food because she's on a gluten-free diet right now, and it's like, unless she gets just rice and chicken and vegetables with no sauce, that's about all she can have. And I mean, I guess we could have done that, but anyways, we went to the Colorado Grill on Herndon, because the one on Shaw and West, the owners changed that to it's the same people working there, but now it's called like Wagyu Burger something, I forget. And it's they've completely changed their menu. They don't even have French fries. It's just potato wedges, and it's all Wagyu burgers, and they're not that expensive or anything. We have yet to go try it, but Dean's not going to want to go there because he doesn't like any form of potato if it's not a steak fry or a curly fry. So anyway, so we went to the one on Herndon last night. Man, that one was better than I thought the Colorado Grill on Shawn West, when it was still Colorado Grill. We loved that place. It was really good. The one on Herndon was better. I got their CG Western burger, which is like, it's just like a bacon cheese barbecue burger, like man, it looked like it was made for an advertisement, and it tasted like it too. It was like, that was a damn good burger. And Dean got chicken strips. I mean, they're like huge chicken strips, like 3 of them, like this big. And I tried a bite of that, and I was like, man, those were really good. Danielle got her lettuce wrap burger. And the other Colorado Grill, when she'd get a lettuce wrap, it was like a whole thing of romaine lettuce with a patty in there and all this stuff. She had to you had to use a fork and a knife. She kind of almost, but the last night she didn't have to. Like they included a fork and a knife, but she didn't need it. And anyways, it was really good. And I got sweet potato fries, which they didn't have at the other location, and they were really good sweet potato fries. So I think we'll be going back there. It's a bit of a drive for us, especially if we go at like 5:30. We had to go up Palm. I think it took like 25 minutes to get there. But man, damn good burgers. So that's going on. I'm just gonna quickly recap here because I'm at work now. And then tonight I've got band practice. We're working on a bunch of originals. We've got like 3 originals we're working on with our new guitarist, who's got a lot of great ideas, and I've been contributing to that. So we've got that tonight. Tomorrow morning, let's see, I think we gotta head by the farmer's market at some point. But then there's the No Kings protest tomorrow, which I'm going to, and then which there's two different spots in Fresno where that's happening: Fashion Fair and River Park. I'm gonna at least stop in for a little bit, and then we're going camping. Dean and I are gonna go camping with Kevin and Alana and the boys up to Music Creek, which is just south of Shaver. I think we're gonna try, but Dean's out of school. He really wants to go back. He went to one drum lesson with his new drum instructor, and he really wants to go again before he goes up to Willits with his mom, which is going to be this coming Thursday, and he's going to be gone until like July 20th. He was going to go this weekend, but he has an orthodontist appointment on Wednesday that he can't miss because he's got his Invisaligns, and like they give you 3 at a time. You wear each one for 2 weeks, and then you go in for a checkup. They make sure everything looks good, and then they give you the next set of 3, which is actually perfect timing because then by the time he comes back from his mom's, he'll be ready for his next follow-up. He's been doing really good with those, by the way. Which we knew he would. If it was any other kid, probably not. But he's very habitual, and so because you have to you put him in, you have to wear him at least 22 hours a day. You got to put him in, and then every time you eat, you got to take him out, and then when you're done eating, brush your teeth, put him back in. And so he's been like brushing his teeth at school even, and doing that. So he says. I mean, I'm not there watching him, but usually if Dean says that he is, then he is. He's not the kind of kid to lie about something like that. At least not yet. He's only 13. Give him a chance. So let's see. So we're going camping and then coming back Sunday, and then I pick Kaya Ray up from the airport at like 1 o'clock. She's coming back from Toronto. She's been having a great time. I've been talking to her almost every day. And so good for her. And then next week Next week, we get through next week, and then Friday, Danielle and I are going to Pismo we got 3 nights in Pismo, which I'm totally stoked about. Dean will be gone, Ray will be back home, but we'll get a few nights. We haven't gone anywhere, just the 2 of us, and it's been over a year. So I'm really looking forward to that, and just spending some time in Pismo. I took that Monday off. So anyways, that's about it for now. I am off to work. Have a great weekend, everybody. Ta-ta for now.